In 1972, Who bassist John Entwistle, colloquially known as the Ox or the Quiet One, released his second solo album, Whistle Rymes, and from it, the ghoulish track, Nightmare, Please Wake Me Up. Okay, basically a G major with the starting note on the fifth of G, D, and then going down to E flat, F, up to F, and then back to G. E flat, C, yeah, E flat. I'm glad to be hearing it so early in this track. I mean, a rare chord for a rock song.
Now I'm asleep, what shall I dream of tonight?
Usually, when a track throws in an E flat, it'll be from G, goes from G to E flat, it'll be G minor to E flat, yeah.
Now I'm asleep, what shall I dream of tonight? Will it be girls or will it be money? Will it be sad or will it be funny?
So far, I like how he plays a lot of different instruments on this album and yeah, that's, and of course piano. So far this isn't really like a bassist song, which is quite interesting. Of course, what inspired him to go solo, he was the first member of the Who to cut a solo album in 1971, Smash Your Head Against the Wall, is that it gave him like freedom to just call the shots in the studio that he didn't have in the band, of course. Yeah, he plays the bulk of the instruments on this track. He plays piano, synthesizer, he sings, plays bass, and of course the other thing we know him for in the band, French horn. And then Alan Ross plays acoustic guitar. I'll introduce these other guys as we hear them.
Will it be raining or will it be sunny tonight? Tonight.
Okay, and we're hearing drums by Gordon Barton. Yeah, who had been in Andwella's Dream. Yeah, the Irish psychedelic band, and later turned up in the Irish punk band Razar. Catch up with the lyrics here. Now I'm asleep, what shall I dream of tonight? Now I'm asleep, okay, again. Will it be girls or will it be money? Will it be sad or will it be funny? Will it be raining or will it be sunny tonight? Okay, kind of a nursery rhyme melody over those lyrics. I get the feeling that this is sung from the point of view of a child, of a small boy, maybe just kind of on the brink, in his late tweens. What I tell you? I said ghoulish at the beginning. Yeah. Now things are going sideways. Now things are taking a darker turn. C minor, kind of demented figure there.
Somebody
they're kind of pensive. And at this point, the narrator is in the nightmare. Please wake me up. I'm having a nightmare. Yeah, over and over again.
And it doesn't feel like it's ever gonna stop. It doesn't feel like it's ever gonna stop. Please wake me up. I'm having a nightmare.
Hear those little sounds, those creepy sounds. I guess those are being done on a synthesizer. Yeah, I don't see any odd sounds credited here. That keyboard, that sound that's in that higher synth sound, almost sounds kind of like a tone that would be used in the New Romantic era on certain recordings. Okay, we've basically got that really pensive, kind of demented piano, ostinato, and we've got some sounds that are just kind of creepy sounds that are kind of encircling it. And that high sound on the synthesizer is doing like a higher is doing an octave variant of the piano motif. I like that phased or that flanged drum roll we just got there. Okay, a C, A flat, with some blasts of that French horn that John Entwistle played like on Pictures of Lily, some of their like late 70s tracks. Plays on My Wife. Plays on Tommy, like We're Not Gonna Take It. Yeah. That sound, hear that squeaky sound? I'm thinking they must be doing something in the studio, like using non-instruments, like doing sound effects somehow with inanimate objects or something.
Please wake me up. I'm having a nightmare.
I think, come to think of it, I imagine that Roy would have liked this track. I could see like late period Move, or like maybe like on the first ELO album. Yeah.
Please somebody wake me up. I'm having a nightmare. And it doesn't feel like it's ever gonna stop. It doesn't feel like it's ever gonna stop.
Okay, now we're hearing the violin coming on pretty strong, played by Johnny Weider, who just has a few credits, mostly tied to Entwistle and Steve Marriott. Yeah. And he was in a group called The Moments, 60s era beat group. It seems like the name looks familiar. I'm just. Oh, you know what? I think they messed up on here. There's two Weiders. They have a John Weider and a Johnny Weider. That's what I'm thinking that this. Let's see. Was he? Oh, more on that in a bit. Is that two different people, or am I thinking of the guy that was in Moon Rider and Gulliver? Yeah. escalating sound. Yeah, I think it must have been a mess up on Discog's part. Yeah, I think they're the same person. I think it's John Weider. He's just credited as Johnny on this album, and yeah, and he was in around this time he played in yeah, because he's a multi instrumentalist and he does play violin. Yeah, he was around this time he was in Stud with Richard McCracken. Yeah, yeah. Stud was like was like Jim Cregan and yeah, yeah. Stud was like this avant like jam rock band that put out two albums in 1971, 72 with members of the Blossom Toes and Rory Gallagher's Taste. Yeah, the rhythm section from Taste and the guitarist Jim Cregan from the Blossom Toes, who later became part of Rod Stewart's backing band. And then after his involvement with that, Weider was in Moonrider with ex Tomorrow vocalist Keith West, and future and former Quiver Future Attractions bassist Bruce Thomas, and then later in the decade, Weider appeared in another one-off, Gulliver. And in both Gulliver and Moonrider, he recorded the song Spirit Danger in the Night. Yeah, this really haunting, spooky track. Yeah, and well, it seems to be a recurring theme here. It seems that the best of him really comes out on these haunting, spooky tracks like the one we're doing right here. Okay, now he's getting submerged, Entwistle there, his vocals. Yeah, getting more avant-garde. The violin's just kind of free-flowing, and hearing a bit of piano rattle coming out of my right speaker. Hear that just playing against the track, right? Just almost playing like in a separate. Well, it's dun dun dun, just a tone. Well. It's almost kind of like a Shags type. So some of them, it's almost like this whole track is getting corrupted by the Shags, except on different instruments. I mean, half of them are loosely playing around a structure. The others just aren't playing according to any structure or pattern whatsoever. Okay, let's see. Another guy, organ is played by Brian Williams. Yeah, Entwistle plays piano and synthesizer, organ, and funny enough, they have him credited as on his own page as a trombone player. And he appears on this track, like I guess 3 tracks on Whistle Rymes, and also appeared on Rigor Mortis Sets In. Entwistle's next album after this. Just working out this counter melody against that main ostinato that's just getting submerged and falling into the background. Yeah, kind of like this warped organ sound, and then I'm also still hearing that hearing kind of bleepy synth noises from here. And we've just like broken up into bits. That's how it ends. Yeah. It just turns into this like torrent of, well, it gets swallowed up in that demented ostinato, and then gradually the thunder and rain just kind of pour down on it, and then it just goes out to sea. Yeah, goes out into the storm, goes out into the raging, cloudy, foggy mist where, yeah, well, one could make metaphors perhaps all night when they're dealing with a track that's about the subconscious, about being taken by the subconscious, about it seems like he doesn't wake up, but then again, I guess the track is just kind of a play, kind of a spooky play on the whole concept of childhood, fear of night, fear of the dark, fear of monsters, fear of nightmares, of thinking that they're real, you know. Anyway, yeah, John Entwistle from the closing track off his second solo album, Whistle Rymes, released on Who manager Kit Lambert's Track record label in 1972. And he would put out 4 solo albums between 1971 and 1975, and then a 5th and final solo album, Too Late the Hero, in 1981. And I did the title track from that about 6 months ago on here. Very powerful track, very different from this one, much more of an epic, much more earnest. This being more of kind of just a comedic, little spooky, kind of haunted house type number. Anyway, for more Rubies and Sapphires from the catalog of John Entwistle solo, see the directory of albums by English J artists linked in the description below. For Red Out Tracks and Purples from the first 2 Entwistle solo albums, and then the 5th, Too Late the Hero, yeah. And then you can go over to the W letter in the alphanumeric English album directory to see The Who and his contributions in particular, and of course during the late 60s he did a few of these kind of spooky, creepy, crawly type novelty numbers, art rock novelty numbers, his most famous, Boris the Spider, or the very similar Whiskey Man, and a few I'm pretty sure off of The Who Sellout, although I'm not so sure off the top of my head which tracks on that album were his. I'd have to check. I'm thinking Silas Stingy or... Anyway, like and subscribe, follow me on social media, share the video, and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about the track we just heard, the layers, the instrumentation, the structure, the corruption, just the zaniness of it all. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most ear-traveled trimaximalist, signing off.